Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back inside the janitor's closet and happy Thanksgiving to our American audience, or as we up here in Canada like to call it, the last weekend of November. We have our week 12 best bets for you today in this video, recapping week 11. Wasn't our best. We were able to salvage a win there on our Twitter plays, on our X plays. For those of you who have been following us on there, we've had a pretty successful start to the year there with a current record of 6-3, which is a little bit of a teaser because we are currently already 2-1 on the week 12 schedule as we were posting some plays for the Thanksgiving slate on X there. So we are going to be starting this week with a 2-1 record. And we have 4 or 5 more plays for you, a handful of plays for you for the rest of the week 12 slate. Josh, this is this is already starting to look like a pretty good rebound this week in week 12 here.
Yeah, we need it desperately. So hopefully, we went on a nice run, and then obviously we regressed a little bit. Now hopefully we can just continue to go up. This is the gambling game. This is what it is, but hopefully we can continue to stay in the green here. We just need to keep trending upward, But looking forward to this one. 2-1 on the week already, and was a good happy. It was indeed a happy Thanksgiving for us here so far, and now we just need to carry this momentum into the weekend.
Before we get started here with the week 12 slate, folks, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow us on X, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. We appreciate your support. We are thankful for you on this Thanksgiving slate. Josh, let's get right into it here, man. We have 2 plays in our first game as we head out west between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, a couple divisional foes here that are going to be taking set in the desert here, and kind of good news for LA Rams fans. Cooper Kupp making his return. Puka Nacua is going to be playing as well. So they got their top 2 wide receivers. Matt Stafford's obviously going to be playing, so that offense should be. Oh, and also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Kyron Williams, who set the fantasy football leagues on fire this year as the top white waiver wire pickup probably of the year. He is also going to be making his return, I believe. Now we don't know in what capacity, but I believe Darrell Henderson got the snips this week, so which kind of points to Kyron Williams getting the full workload, perhaps coming back off the ankle sprain. So LA Rams got their full complement of offensive weapons, it seems like, which is awesome. On the flip side, obviously, Kyler Murray is another week healthier. Now, hopefully, they maybe might not have, like they already are without Michael Wilson, they might not have Hollywood Brown, which is really tough. So they're kind of lacking some weapons there. Nevertheless, we're actually going to first play here is going to be over 45 points in this game. This one seems like one of those afternoon slate shootouts in a way, but we're also going to be taking the LA Rams -2.5 on the road here. We're going to be taking the always dangerous road chalk here. But again, with the LA Rams having their full complement of weapons back, I believe they're going to be able to put up some points. And as long as we get a little bit of help from the Arizona Cardinals as well, this number should be able to go push the over. So -2.5 and over 45 here. We're liking it. Arizona's got a terrible defense and an offense that, with Kyler Murray at the helm, can definitely keep up in some capacity. So we're going to bank on that being the script.
You mentioned Stafford and Kyler Murray both being another week healthier is going to help us with the over. And this Arizona team is really quite beat up on that defensive end, especially maybe on the offensive end as well. They've been sellers. They've gone through some things. And now with Kyler Murray, it seems like we were talking about before, like they're kind of just going to be in every game, but they're not going to find those wins down the stretch. So the first 2 plays will be the Rams -2 and the over 45 in that Rams Cardinals game as we move to Denver, staying on the West Coast there, getting a visit from the Cleveland Browns, who had a pretty big win last week in the AFC North Division rivalry game there with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, where it was kind of tough. Like, I mean, you're not really sure what to expect in the AFC North right now. Like, it's pretty crazy division with all the quarterback injuries, and then obviously just Kenny Pickett I don't know, just being there right now at Pittsburgh. But anyways, we're gonna focus on Cleveland and Denver here in this one. Denver carrying in a lot of momentum, like all of a sudden. I mean, if you followed our futures bets episode, FYI, our futures bets right now, Bryce, are looking outstanding. People need to go back and check those out. If you've been following us, I mean, and if you took those bets, we might have some money rolling in here from the futures bets right away to bring up our season numbers, which is really awesome. Denver was a part of that futures bet, a big part of that futures bet episode, and we're gonna be riding with the Broncos here, man. They got a lot of momentum with Sean Payton right now. They're playing some good football. Russell Wilson is distributing the ball around really nicely. Cortland Sutton is a touchdown machine. Jerry Judy's playing his kind of his little role, and Javonte Williams is back to his workhorse self, and that defense is kind of just doing its thing right now. Now, listen, this might be a low-scoring game here in Mile High, with obviously Cleveland Browns defense doing their thing, but the Denver Broncos defense, especially going up against DTR there, Dorian Thompson Robinson is I mean that's a favorable matchup for the Denver Broncos. So I expect the Denver Broncos -1.5 here to cover in a lower scoring game, in a grinded out type of game. But a key injury here in this game, if for the Cleveland Browns, Denzel Ward, obviously the standout cornerback, is going to be out for this game. He suffered, I believe it was a shoulder injury last week against Pittsburgh. So that's huge for what is the strength of the team. They suffer a significant blow, one of their better players on the defensive side of the ball. So that's more opportunities for Jerry Jeudy. That's more opportunities for Cortland Sutton and et cetera, and that receiving core. So I fully expect the Denver Broncos to take advantage of that. Once again, expect a low-scoring game, but I think Denver has all the pieces and the momentum and the home field advantage to kind of take advantage of a short number here and cover us at home here.
Yeah, this Denver Broncos offensive line has been well invested into with the acquisition of Russell Wilson. You know, they've been called out at times, and they've really started to find their footing here in the last couple weeks. If they can hold Myles Garrett and the rest of that defense, you know, kind of even you can't stop them, but you can limit them. And if they can do that with the momentum that Denver has and the limitations Cleveland has on offense, we'll take Denver -1.5 here
No doubt.
as we stay in the AFC North. Another AFC North team going on the road, I should say. With Baltimore is going to be taking a trip to SoFi Stadium for a primetime matchup with the LA Chargers.
Yeah, Baltimore's in a interesting spot right now. I mean, obviously they were able to get past Cincinnati there without Joe Burrow at the helm in prime time there, which was really nice for them to kind of get past a divisional foe. But now they're going to head over to what is they expect anyways, like last week, to be another formidable offense in the Los Angeles Chargers. But I'll tell you what, as a Packers fan last week, man, I know that the Justin Herbert in that offense is liable to just pop off at any given moment, but goodness, Austin Eckler did not look all that great, which is a huge part of that offense. He was having to force feed Keenan Allen, and I'll tell you what, if Austin Eckler wasn't able to get going against a Green Bay Packers defense, which is liable to give up some big time runs, you know, not sure I see it happening against this formidable Baltimore Ravens defense. Baltimore is obviously stellar in the run, obviously stellar against the pass here as well. And then on the flip side, Baltimore Ravens offense, and now without Mark Andrews. So I'm really interested to see how this offense kind of responds from the Mark Andrews injury, because I believe that maybe especially we'll see if Odell Beckham Jr. is able to go as well. I have my doubts about whether or not they're going to be able to spread the field, stretch the field quite as much as they once did with Mark Andrews in the fold. So that means that the Baltimore Ravens maybe resort back to the Baltimore Ravens that we know in the Lamar Jackson era, where they are, you know, stringing out long drives, running the ball a ton, Gus Edwards, Lamar Jackson, controlling the ball, really shortening the game as it stands, and then on the flip side, leaning on that defense to slow down Justin Herbert and that offense. So with that being said, also bears mentioning, the under is hitting at like over 60% in primetime games over the last 5 years. Okay, primetime games go under in the last 5 years, and this number is a nice, high, tasty one for us to take the under on. 48 points. We are hammering the under on the LA Chargers and Baltimore Ravens, which might be a little bit tough for people to swallow because these are two pretty high power offenses this season. But I like the way that this one's kind of shaping up between the injuries, between the way these teams are trending. I like an under 48 game here over there on the West Coast.
All right, Josh. And for our last game here, maybe the game of the week in some people's minds, maybe not with the way that the two teams are playing. It could get out of hand. We don't know, but we are going to take a look at the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, you know what, man? This one just kind of like the opposite of what we just talked about. I mean, this number's at 48.5 right now, and like I really want to take Philadelphia -3 just because I really like bet much better where Philadelphia's at as a team. But like I think this is going to be an entertaining one though. Like I do. Like I the Philadelphia is susceptible through the pass. We've seen that over the course of the season, and Buffalo's defense just isn't the same with all these injuries. You know, we kind of sound like a broken record saying that, but Philadelphia's offense can still get it done, and we know with Josh Allen at the helm, Buffalo's liable to get hot at any given moment, even though they have had their struggles. And you know, Philadelphia is a good defense to do it against, especially if Josh Allen wants to get hot and get going here at Stephon Diggs. So listen, we're going to take over 48.5 here in this game. I think it's going to be a fun one. I do think Philadelphia comes out on top of this one at the end of the day, but I'm not confident enough in that to take any spreads here in this game. So we're going to take a side or a total, pardon me. And I think that there is going to be a lot of points. There's going to be a lot of fireworks in this one. It's going to be a nice crispy day over there in Pennsylvania. That's all right in the Northeast, and we're looking forward to that. But over 48.5 is the play here. Expect lots of points there in the city of brotherly love, and sit back and kind of just eat your popcorn, get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, we know Philly can put up points in bunches, and you look at Buffalo taking on the number one run defense currently in the league, and probably going to be trailing. That's kind of, you more often than not need both teams to put up points, and in this case, it would favor the Buffalo Bills airing it out quite a bit, which we know what they can do when that happens.
Yeah.
So to recap, folks, that Buffalo Philly game we just mentioned, over 45.5. Baltimore and the Chargers under 48. Denver -1.5 against the Browns, and the Rams -2.5, and the over 45 in the Rams Cardinals game this Sunday. Josh, we are already starting the week in the green. We're going to try and build off that momentum and keep this thing moving forward.
Yeah, man, listen, let's build some momentum here. We're starting to get late in this. We're middle-ish late to the season. Let's start to build some momentum here late into the season, carry that on to the playoffs, and let's have a hell of a second half of the season, man. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, let's have a good weekend here.
Yes, sir. All right, folks, that'll do it for us this week. We will see you right here for next week's slate in week 13. In the meantime, as we mentioned before, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and make sure to keep it tuned on X, formerly known as Twitter, where we're going to keep dropping out these plays. We've been doing well over there. We're going to keep that momentum going. And that'll do it for us this week, folks. Best of luck to you. Bet responsibly. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.